Hey, Paige. Hey, love.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, you could turn your camera off now.
Totally forgot about that. But what else is new? If I could figure it out, why is it every time I have such a hard time with this? So ridiculous.
There you go. You got it.
What a fucking day. What a fucking day. Are people just like in a mood to just be fucking cunts?
Certainly seems like it.
It definitely does. It definitely absolutely does. That was the wildest shit. From yesterday to today has been so absolutely wild. Snark, you are a vindictive, evil, evil woman.
Yeah.
What's crazy is, want to hear something funny? What's crazy is when I got back on this app, I think her box was the second box I ever stepped in. The first one was fucking 13s. And when I stepped in there, I was nothing but nice to her. What's hilarious is that at that time, everybody was fucking coming for you, Snark. And guess what I didn't do? I didn't add to it. I didn't jump on the bandwagon. I did not fucking participate. Because I allowed you to show me who you were and not what other people said about you. Remember, this was before everything. And that whole time you didn't like me and couldn't have the fucking balls to tell me you did not like me. So instead, you went around behind my back saying you didn't fucking like me. I'm sure of that. Because apparently the people that she sits with, who, bitch? Who do I sit with? You talk a lot of shit.
Yeah, I would also like
with
to
little
know that.
knowledge. She
I
don't
would
know
also like to
shit.
know that because the people that Bob sit with, like really sit with, aren't in the middle of y'all's dumbass fuck shit.
What's crazy to me is for her to say, I brought her name up over there when a lie was told saying that we were all in a call with AK. I went up and corrected that lie. Do you know why she was talking about that call, Snark? Because you brought it up publicly, Snark. Because you decided to run your fucking gums about it, Snark. Because you lied. Because you said that I forced you into a Discord, which never happened. And then you said that I forced you into a fucking agreement that never happened. And then you decided to flip your cool because you can't stop fucking with people because it's the most attention you've probably gotten in ages. So you want to keep it going. And this little fucking nasty smear campaign you're doing is fucking weird.
And yeah, and I'll go ahead and say it. I was in that call. I'm one of Bob's closest friends. I didn't really say anything, but I was there. And I can vouch for the fact that Snark had no problem with it in that call. She didn't have a problem with it until she was emotional later.
What's
you shouldn't be so
crazy
emotional about things online, Snark. Isn't that what you told Bob earlier? I know I'm a low man on the totem pole. I'm nobody out here, and I like to keep it that way. But I'm about sick of y'all.
Nothing but fucking nice to everybody. And yet, here I am getting completely shitted on for no fucking reason. No reason. I didn't do anything to anyone. You try to get the shit to stop and you're a problem. Clearly. So anybody who's emotionally or physically affected by anything happening, you can blame the people who just keep it fucking going for no reason. You can blame the people who are inviting the P3DO into spaces. You can blame the people who refuse to stop fucking continuing to go on and on. You can blame all of them, but I no longer fucking have a hand in it, because clearly if you try to get it to stop, you're a fucking issue. Not an issue at the time. Nah. People like Snark like to hold on to that shit so that they can randomly say some weird shit in a live talking about it. If I say I don't want to go somewhere, no means no. Bitch, you didn't say no. For someone who can articulate themselves so perfectly and set their boundaries so hard in the sand when you're live, I'm really shocked that the words no weren't in your vocabulary. But somehow I was supposed to read your goddamn mind to know what you meant, even after you clicked that invite button, even after you jumped up into a voice call, even after you said, yup, I'm completely on board. The only thing I might have a problem with is not talking shit on somebody else. You brought that up, Snark, which is why Retina's talking about it, Snark. Which is why she said that fucking we were in a call with AK, Snark, when we weren't. Which is why I needed to go up in that box and fucking clear that shit up. Because I don't know that bitch. Snark. And don't tell me I can't fucking talk about what you did. Bitch, I'll talk about it in every fucking live I go into. I'll go into a fucking ASMR live and talk about it, Snark. Tell me what the fuck to do while you're preaching that I told you what to do when I absolutely did not. And you know, I'm really fucking disappointed because there's people over there that have known me for a long fucking time and aren't saying shit. People I've spoken up for. So cool. Good to see where we land. Thanks. I appreciate it. Y'all are fucking with people's mental health for fun. And you're getting off on it, and it's sick. And what I hate the most is that y'all are proving people right about your character when I didn't think that was true. How disappointing that is. Because how many people have y'all done this to? Actually. How many people do you push and push and push until they're not good people anymore? And then let me guess, you're the victim and snap and cry when somebody claps back, right? When you get the same fucking energy. That's fucking crazy, because I never gave any of this energy to any one of you. Now you got me going in all fucking different directions while you both of you lie. Snark, I don't know if you're acting like Scam now or if you're acting like Retina. Ugh. Hi, Nikki.
Does she know she's in a box?
Nikki, do you know you're up here, girl?
Yeah, I'm here for support. I'm driving home.
Oh, okay.
I'm just here because I love you and I support you.
I love you too. I appreciate you.
I mean, I thought the general consensus was we wanted this to stop. I thought that was the general idea. At least that's where it started and everybody was on board. And then somewhere along the way, everybody's little bitty beefs with each other got in the way of the bigger picture.
I don't even blame them. If they want to keep fighting, then keep fighting.
Yeah,
If
do
that's
it.
what you want to do, then do it. But then to drag other people and accuse them of shit that's not true, that's just vindictive and fucking evil. That's some evil fucking shit. And if you don't think that shit will come back to you, you are fucking wrong. You don't get to go around hurting people for no fucking reason. You don't get to go around treating them like shit for no fucking reason. If you want to put the truth out about me, do it all fucking day long. But don't lie on me. Because if you have to lie on me, that automatically should tell you that what you're doing is not okay. I've been defending myself the day I got back on this app about things that are not true. And no matter how much proof I show, no matter what I put out there, no matter screenshots. Remember when fucking proof mattered? Remember when receipts mattered? It doesn't matter. Because you all have your own fucking agendas, clearly. Because that was very, very clear to me tonight. Rage baiting me into fucking lives? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? You're grown ass fucking women. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? I could get it if I was in lives being messy and talking shit and fucking doing this and that. I could understand it. But I'm not. And you all know I'm not. Snark in her fucking controlled environment. And with Vertina, fucking, it's like playing the first 48. She's fucking grilling you for questions. I don't gotta answer. Ain't nobody answering my motherfucking questions. Why the fuck do I have to answer yours? All of a sudden, everybody wants something. So everybody wants what they want. But when Bob wanted it, fuck you. Scammy, you're real fucking bold getting in that fucking box, bitch, when you wouldn't fucking box up with me anywhere else. Were you hiding behind your bodyguard? Crazy that you sat in that box after finding out that she fucking followed a P3DO. Crazy how that didn't faze you not one bit. You know who did drop? Holly Mae. You know who I don't think knew about it? Holly Mae.
Let's not forget, she still follows the P3DO. Still follows him.
Yeah, she said she told everybody she blocked him. She followed him. She unblocked him and followed him after that.
Yep. And sympathizes with him and has empathy for him. A P3DO that is posting children and newborn babies.
Yeah, we're worried about what people's opinions of us are instead of worrying about a P3DO.
It's fucking wild.
Good job.
Man.
Good job. Wild. And Scammy, you're just dusty as fuck. So, fuck you.
That shit was crazy. Her coming up there like fucking, oh my God. Do you remember when she made that video when she was about to go to court? Do you remember that fire was coming all out of her and shit like that? And she thought she was all badass. And then like, I made that fucking... I made that picture with like that little spark behind her. And I said what she thought she was doing versus what she was actually doing.
Yeah,
she really came in there like the Terminator.
Yeah.
Mute that bitch.
Make sure you clip that Kool-Aid mustache and make a video for me tomorrow.
Oh, I'm sure she will. And she'll use
I know she will. She's dusty too.
Cool. Maybe in that video she can answer why the fuck she was having exchange messages with a P3DO. Why she's still friends with a P3DO on here. Got proof of that too.
Yo, well, that's why it's more important.
Don't get it.
And that's why it's more important about what happened in a Discord call where Bob was just trying to get things to stop and everybody to stop responding and for things to chill out and let's see what happens.
No. Act now.
I did tag her. Matter of fact, I think I even sent it in her messages. I'll have to go look back. I might not have. I'll have to go back. But I definitely did try to tag her. So I'll have to look at that too. And if I'm wrong, I'll correct myself.
Yeah,
but I'm almost certain I sent it to her.
I also have a question. Instead of just taking no for an answer and saying that you didn't want to fight and you just wanted to clear up that AK wasn't in the call. Why couldn't she just take that for an answer? Why do you have to keep pushing?
But I'm the one who doesn't fucking take no for an answer. Meanwhile, no one ever said no. You didn't ask for consent to talk to me in this box.
This has to be held accountable by her.
Wait, what did you say? Your service is nervous, as they say, as the kids say.
I said because it's Retina, everybody else has to be held accountable but her.
Ain't that crazy? And it wasn't, you wanted to know my opinion on something, and I don't care to share it with you. So, other than, the fact that I did eventually tell you exactly what my problem is with you. As far as my analysis on your behavior, I don't need to fucking explain that to you. You want to tell me what your fucking deepest, darkest dreams are? I don't know. I'm not questioning you on weird shit. It's pretty fucking obvious now. Ugh. T-Biz, do you want a box? I don't know who you are. Fucking snark over there. Fucking piss me the fuck off. Why are you bringing me up? That's so weird, Bob. I didn't know you move like that. I don't move like that, but you know how I do move? If you bring up my fucking name in your line, I'm going to correct this shit. Every time. And if your name's involved in it because you opened your fucking mouth about something, then your name's involved in it. Get over it. It's how it works. You want to talk about, I don't want to be brought up over there. Bitch, you talk about them every day. What do you mean? Of course your name's going to be brought up in there. And I'm sure you love that shit. Any ounce of attention.
I mean, Retina brought her up. You went and corrected a fucking lie.
That's what I'm saying. And instead of listening to her chat, because there were a few people saying in the chat, nah, like Retina brought it up. She's like, well, I don't see why she's talking about me over there anyway. Bitch, do you own me? I'm going to tell you and everybody how it went. The fuck? Weird behavior. Expecting some kind of fucking what? A gag order on me? Weirdo. That's so fucking weird. People are so fucking weird on here. I'm going to talk shit about you for 3 consecutive lives. But you cannot speak my name anywhere but here. And if you do come here, I'm not going to give you a box when I don't feel like it. And when I do give you a box, I'm going to mute you and cut you off and then tell you that you're cutting me off. Oh, let me tone it down a bit because my mouth's about to get real violent. So I'm going to chill. Weird behavior. And anybody watching this that is not saying, hey, this is fucking weird, because you know it's weird what's happening right now. And after I put up that video of our entire conversation, which I was going to wait till the morning because, it's Sunday, I'm doing shit. When I put it the fuck out there, if you think it's weird and you don't speak up, I will be highly disappointed that the only time you do speak up is when it affects you, but yet you had no problem with me speaking up when it affected you. That's weird to me. Because if your friend is doing weird shit, you should probably nudge them and say, hey, stop doing weird shit. My friends would. Ange, if I was doing weird shit, would you be like, hey, weirdo, knock that off?
Absolutely.
And I wouldn't want it any other way.
We hold each other accountable, too.
That's damn right we do.
We hold each other accountable, and, we're like, hey, no. We come together and we talk about it, and, like I said, we hold each other accountable.
Yep. We sure fucking do. I don't understand. I don't understand why people feel good about themselves hurting people. You know, Snark, it's funny how you had the audacity to tell me that I have no right to have an opinion on something that I have every right to speak my experience on, and you do not get to dictate what that was. Nor do you need to act like you were entitled to know what that was. Nor did you have the right to have a public opinion on it unless you were going to actually find out everything about it. But Snark, you don't like to find everything out. You like to stick with what you can pick out. Pretend like you don't know what's going on. I only know a little bit here and there. And then speak a whole fucking 6 hours on it. But I just find it really fucking funny that you say what you said about being pushed and pushed and pushed. And you're doing that to me. You are fucking doing that to me. But you're for the good stuff, right? You're a good guy. Find it really fucking weird how you have empathy for people, but you pick and choose who that empathy goes toward. It's very weird to me. Because the last time I checked, that's not something you can turn off and on based on what side of the app you're on. Or who's doing what for you.
And I mean, that's how it always goes. We've seen it time and time again. They like you when they're agreeing with you.
That's crazy. I don't know. That's fucking wild to me. That's so wild. Y'all just out here fucking mentally fucking with people and feeling so accomplished with yourselves. Cool. Good job. You succeeded. That's the thing. If you were defending yourself, cool. Cool. Defend yourself. Everybody has a right to defend themselves. You're not defending yourself. You're fucking lying. And I don't understand that. I don't know. So let me break it down for everybody who's confused on this little phone call, because I'm not going to be asked about it. I'm going to let you know the context before you see the screenshots so it can all make sense and nobody needs to ask any more questions without being muted or interrupted. Things have been getting really, really bad around here, if anybody hasn't taken notice. It's not just shit talking. It's not just arguing. It's not petty. We have jumped into the realm where exactly what most people's nightmare would be, the hypothetical most people talk about, is actually happening. And I wanted it to stop. Because despite your opinion, Snark, on that I have no skin in the game and I shouldn't have an opinion on this, I shouldn't speak on it, which, by the way, remember she said that. If your kids aren't up on any of those pages, you don't get to speak out about it. You don't get to be against it. Mind your fucking business, is what Snark said. But may I ask you something, Nikki? And I'm pretty sure you see where I'm going with this. So if it's a no, just say no.
No, go ahead.
How affected have you been by all of this? Would you mind sharing with us?
I've been in a really dark space. That's why I've not barely been on TikTok. Um, my mental health is completed. Like it's depleted bad. The thoughts that I've had in my head would probably have me committed if I spoke them out loud.
I'm so sorry.
No, I mean I'm talking like to the point to where the other day driving to work, just yesterday, as a matter of fact. I have to cross a bridge. It crosses over the interstate, and I thought about driving my car off the bridge. I don't have those thoughts, but I had that thought. Like
I'm so sorry.
I've had enough. Like I can't do it anymore.
I am so sorry. I I I hope you reached out to one of us.
I will. I know Bandit and Trouble knows about it. Like,
Yeah. And when that happened that day, where were we all?
you all were with me.
Hmm. Has there been like a day that we haven't spoken other than like when
Nope.
shit was going on in our lives and we, weren't able to make it online?
Nope. We're with each other every day.
Through everything. Like
Yep.
everything. Our real life shit, our fucking the online bullshit, have our morning coffee.
Yep.
Because when I said it once, I'll say it again. I have made friends on here who are like family. And Nikki is one of those people. And lately, it's been really, really hard to watch what she's been going through. Not the drama, not the needing to voice our opinions on something that everybody has the same opinion about. That's there. Not clearing up shit for your own comfort. Through all of that, we have watched, as a family, her go through this, and there is nothing we can do to stop it. So I was hoping that maybe something could. And I don't play dirty, and I don't go real life. So I did the only thing that I knew would work, or hoped would work. And that was to stop it before it got any worse. And I was hoping, since the side that I like people on, that I get along with people on, or at least I thought I did, would listen to me. And instead, that was turned into something super malicious. Because the truth is, Snark never liked me. And it was like, to me, in my opinion, Snark was waiting for a reason to do something like that. And what a time to choose it, Snark. What a fucking time to choose it. So instead of saying it publicly, because if I said it publicly, I feared that Rutina would find a way to twist it around and keep it going if she knew that people were purposely not bringing her up. And I asked for a Discord call. I reached out to a couple of people. Not sure how many people were in that Discord in total. But I reached out to Snark personally. And I told Snark that I wanted to start a Discord and that I had an idea that would possibly make this all stop. Her response to me was that she didn't play well with others, and that I said I wasn't going to have any P3DO sympathizers. I said, and I don't know if you noticed, but there's a lot of people from FM's side, because I know she doesn't get along with like anybody. There are quite a few people I don't talk to over there. I don't fuck with them. I don't know them. They came around after my time. They wouldn't be in there. And then I explained my thought process of who I needed to have in that call for it to work. She said, okay. I sent it. She joined. We all chatted for a little while in the chat section, trying to get everybody to get in a voice call, because it wasn't supposed to be a Discord that was going to last long. We all got into the voice call. We waited for Snark. She couldn't figure out how to get in. She finally figured out how to get in. And I explained myself. I explained my thought process. I explained how bad this was getting. I was explaining how dangerous this was getting. I also explained over 20 times that nobody was entitled, or nobody was made to do anything that I was saying. That I completely respect and understand. Everybody has their platforms, whatever you want to do. I'm not making anybody do this. It's just a suggestion. I cannot tell you or stress how many times I said that. And there were people in that phone call who should say the same thing. Snark was asked how she felt about it. Actually, everybody was asked how they felt about it. Everybody had their, worries of what would and would not happen, or what would or would not work. And then Snark's turn was to talk, because somebody asked Snark, you haven't said anything. She was right on that part. What's your opinion? She said, I completely agree with Bob. Went on to put in more input about to elaborate on what I said. And then said the only problem she would have would be to not talk about one other particular person. That was the end of it. I reached out to her that same day and thanked her very much for listening to me and hearing me out. That she did not have to do it, and I appreciated that she did. Other than the phone call, all of what I just said has a paper trail. I want you to know that. Everything I just said I could pull up. I will be making a video this night or tonight, so keep a fucking eye out. I don't want to hear nobody didn't see it. Well, one day goes by. Monster gets spoken about. Monster was upset. Everybody told her they were proud of her because she didn't respond. And she did really great. Like, that's hard to fucking do. Trust me. I didn't succeed at that today, clearly. And then the next day comes. And that was the day after the night of the P3DO being in Martina's chat. And what she said in her live. And I see a message put into the Discord that she couldn't do it anymore. She needed to say something, and sorry that she couldn't handle it or whatever. Y'all are still here? Y'all are still here? That's crazy. I didn't know. Can anybody hear me? That's crazy. Wait, is anybody in a box? Because I'm not seeing anybody in a box. That's crazy. It just stays. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. Well, that was a first for me. Yeah, my phone died. My bad, guys. My bad. Oopsies. Well, I'm glad you guys kept yourselves entertained while I was gone. I brought the milk back, so. Yeah, no puzzle piece. That's too funny. I didn't know it stayed on that long. Huh. Hello, love.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Can you imagine, like, somebody's, like, on live, and they're just like, oh, shit, my phone died. Forget it. I'm not going back on. Charge the phone. Turn the shit back on. Go back to regular scheduled
You could turn
programming.
your camera off too.
Yeah, I'm grabbing it.
Okay.
All right. So where was I? What point was I? Woke up, got that message. Okay, so we woke up, saw that message. I replied with, I understand. It took everything in me not to grab a box myself last night. And that, you know, she's grown, she could do what she wants, but would she mind having a conversation first? Oh, thank you. So I asked if she could have a conversation first. A few other people asked for a conversation. And her response was that she's going to do what she wants. And that her exact words were, now let me get this right. Because she said it better have the word P3DO sympathizer on it. But no, instead it said something along the lines of, I'm not going to watch the P3DO protector be protected when they're weaponizing children. Something along those lines. I said, are you saying we're protecting her? She said, no, but in this case, yes, or something along those lines. I don't know. You'll see it when I put it up. So I took offense to that. Because that's not at all what was happening. And she knew that. We all went into the voice call, tried to get her to come in when she took that pause between her lives to go back live to stream the night before, and waited. And yeah, there were a few people aggravated in the chat. Yep. There were a few people who were very aggravated in the chat because she was not listening. They didn't say anything nasty about her, just frustration on the fact that nobody could ever get anything together for it to work. Ever. She then left the Discord. When she went live, she was poking jabs at us, but not in a direct way, as Snark likes to say. She likes other people to be with her like she did to Mother Moon yesterday. If you have something to say to me, why don't you directly say it to me? No, she went live and she made ironically enough, Snark comments at us without saying us. But we knew it was about us. Said nothing. I said nothing, and I let it the fuck go. Until yesterday. And I saw somebody who normally I haven't seen in a while, ironically enough, in her life. Ironically enough, in a box. So I shot my shot, and I went up there. Because what she's saying she was and who she's saying she was not true. Not from my experience and many others. And when I called her out for it, she denied and she lied. But then Snark made it the perfect opportunity to once again make it all about her and make a comment after I'm out of the box that if, future reference, if I say I don't want to be in a Discord, no means no. It doesn't mean you go, but please, 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 please. Well, that's hilarious because no was never said and neither was please. So, of course, oh, and then she said some like nasty shit after that. And then whoever that person was in the box underneath her was like, yeah, I can tell you, forcing you to do anything will not end up good for them. And then I got in a box. And when I confronted her and told her my words exactly used and hers, notice how she didn't deny it. She just told me I should have read her fucking mind. I'm supposed to add, what is that, telepathy to my resume. I'll get right the fuck on it. See, with me, I take words as they're said to me. I'm very intentional. That's why I'm intentional when I speak, because I'm an intentional communicator. If you say something to me, I'm going to take it how you say it. Now, there's few people who I'm very close to where they could say something one way, but I know them enough that their response or the way they're behaving means something else. And that's when I slide into their DMs and I say, hey, are you okay? And they go, yeah, I'm fine. And I go, bullshit. Or I send a little gif making a face like you a motherfucking liar.
Bob, why do I feel like you're talking about me right now?
Sure the fuck am. Absolutely. 110. You and a few others. No, I don't have that trait yet, but I'm sure when I get it, it'll be fucking used against me. But I didn't have that relationship with you, Snark. Because just like you like to say, I don't know you. And you don't know me. And when you didn't like me to begin with, you should have led with that. Not had me up in boxes being okay with, which I'll be honest with you, I would have defended you probably either way. I thought it was gross what was happening, and that's just the type of person I am. But that's the type of fucking person I am. Because I felt bad, because it wasn't right. But damn, you could have let me know you didn't like me. Because I probably would have backed off a few feet. Not gonna lie. From ever defending anything that's happened, of course. But as far as you, I would have never gone near you. I would have never spoken to you. I would have never been in your spaces, and I would have never followed you. But again, I couldn't read your mind. And from what I was picking up, we didn't have an issue. And then when you did show an issue, when you decided to stream a live that I was in, I don't know whose live it was. I don't remember. I can go back and find out if it's that important of a detail, because you tried to turn that into every which way of what it was not. Had nothing to do with the point. Don't know why you made it such a complicated conversation. You were streaming me in someone's box. And you were talking shit. You had opinions on the things I said that you never came to me about. So I absolutely slid into your DMs and said, hey, what's up? What did I do? And why can't you just come to me and say it? Communicate it with you. Because that's what you do when you don't know why somebody's doing something they're doing. You communicate with them, at least if you're interested to actually find out. And I was interested. I didn't shy away from that. You and I went back and forth and got confused in voice notes back and forth. And then when we finally figured it out, I had a little laugh about it. I was like, okay, I thought you meant X, Y, and Z. And that wasn't about what you said in the live. That was about our voice notes not fucking matching up because you and I cannot speak to each other. And I'm sure it's for good reason. I never have a problem communicating with anybody else, though, so I don't know what's up, but that's neither here nor there. Because, oh yeah, I remember what that conversation was about. You wanted to still go for Smash. And I was trying to tell you, hey, there's still people out here like fucking chummy with this dude. Don't you think that's a little bit more important? You didn't agree with that. That's what the fuck it was. How ironic. How ironic. It's crazy. But anyway. You didn't fucking like me, Snark. You didn't like me. And instead of saying you didn't like me, you needed a public reason not to like me. And why would that be, Snark? Is it because I don't have problems with people for no fucking reason like you do? Is it because I don't go around treating people like shit? So just saying you didn't like me would, I don't know, not good timing for you or something? I don't know what the fuck your reasoning was. But what you did do is you showed you had lack of self-control that day. And instead of owning it because you don't like to admit that you're wrong, you don't like to admit that anything you say is wrong, you don't like to correct when you're wrong, you decided to make us the bad guy because it was easier for you to say that we were the assholes and that you weren't. And the crazy thing is nobody was thinking you were an asshole. We understood why you were upset. That wasn't even a question. What was a question was why you couldn't respect any of us enough for a fucking conversation.
She's in here.
Oh, good. You can hear it firsthand. Hey, Snark, just to let you know, since I guess you missed the first part, I didn't bring you up in Retina, and your chat told you I didn't bring you up. One-sided beef, you bitch, you just went fucking live and
Snark,
fucking made a whole narrative out of nothing.
You started it.
You're a narcissist, Snark.
You started it.
This is sick. This is so fucking sick. You are sick.
You're not about to come over here and gaslight nobody, Snark. You started it.
Sick. I didn't bring you up, Snark. Fucking Retina brought you up and brought up the phone call. And why did she bring up the phone call? Because you opened your fucking mouth about the phone call. And then she said we were in a phone call with AK. I absolutely went over there and corrected it. And I absolutely spoke on what happened because I absolutely was asked about it. You don't tell me where the fuck I go and what I can and cannot say. Are you out your damn mind? So now you're trying to control me? What, do you got a gag order on me? I will absolutely say how shit goes when it goes down, because if you didn't want it public, then maybe you shouldn't have brought it public. You're the one who started all of this. You've got this being talked about because you couldn't shut your fucking mouth. Because you couldn't have a actual conversation with people, because this is all for views for you now, huh? You don't have an ounce of morality inside of you anymore. People out here trying to get shit to stop and you just want fucking content.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
We have big beer Roberta, just so you know. What the fuck does that mean?
That's what I'm asking her. I mean, let's just be real. Like, you wanted us to handle it a certain way. And because we didn't agree with that way, We are just compliant because we are choosing to stay silent about certain things.
Because you don't understand this at all. You didn't just go live. Snark, are you good? Because you're
She is a
doing shit.
gaslighter. You
You're
never
doing
understand
shit and then
anything.
pretending
For a
like you're the
person,
victim.
for a person that talks a lot, you sure don't understand a lot.
Fucking Jaws always blocking them ear holes. Yeah, you can't make sense of it. I can't make sense of it either, Snark. And you don't open your fucking ears enough to even hear to fucking make sense of it.
She
You
just
just want to
explained the
be.
entire thing.
That's cool. She can rewatch it. Maybe give herself a little reminder. But I'm sure she won't, because nothing is Snark's fault. Snark never does any wrong. And it's always pure
No.
Snark.
No, there's not going to be a game, Snark, because that's what you really want. You want people to go back and forth with. The only reason this live is happening because you keep muting and talking over and claiming Bob's talking over you and everything that you say is the most important thing. And that's not happening over here. Bob's going to say what she wants to say, and then we're done with this. So maybe you can play that game with yourself or all the other people that don't want this to stop.
That's the craziest thing. Isn't this crazy? You say you wanted to stop, Snark. I wanted to stop. This is so bad. 1 second, and then the next second you're like, it's not bad enough. Let's make it worse. Nice. You're really looking out for people's kids, Snark. You're really looking out for people's kids.
This wouldn't even be a problem if you didn't make it sound like something it wasn't. You were basically making it sound like Bob forced you into everything, was dictating everything, making all these rules. It was all a suggestion. And she said multiple times you could tell her to fuck off at any point in time and she would understand. So you're not going to sit here and act like she tried to dictate what you were supposed to be doing, because that was not the case. I was there too. I heard the call.
I would love it if other people who were in the call and heard everything would speak up eventually. At some capacity, that would be really nice. Because nothing of what I did was intended for ill will. Nothing. Nothing of what I suggested. Nothing of what I was hoping for. Nowhere along the way. And you turn this into like I'm some big bad villain. I wouldn't have been trying to get people to see your truth if I wanted you to not be liked or to call you out. But you, on the other hand, Snark, really wanted me to look like a bad guy. And I'm really curious as to why that is. It's a weird fucking shit. That's all right, because soon enough you'll do it to other people, and then I don't know.
What I understand is she's done it to a lot of people already.
Sure has. Sure has.
I'm just saying none of this would be happening if you didn't lie. You lied. Whether you want to admit it or not, you lied. You said something happened the way it did not happen. And you had an opportunity to speak and say your piece in that moment. It wasn't until you were emotional that you decided that Bob's idea was stupid and you were going to do what you wanted to do.
And then tell me I'm bossy. Like, are you kidding me? Stopping myself every time I finish a sentence to say I promise is just a suggestion. I understand if nobody wants to do it. Is me being bossy? Me telling you, hey, I get it. I was angry too. You're a grown woman. You're going to do what you want to do, but your feelings are valid. But would you mind having a conversation with us? That's bossy. If what you were saying was the truth, I'd be on board. Fine. But it's not. And I can't let you sit here and say these things about me when they're not true. It's not okay. And it's so gross. It's so gross. So not only did you go and say that yesterday, and when I confronted you about it, verbatim said what you said. Not only did you not even acknowledge that I absolutely did not say please, and you did not say no, so you straight up lied. But then you go and hit me with the, I don't like the way you talk about FM. I don't give a fuck. How's that? And it's really fucking weird how you're playing bodyguard with everybody lately over FM. Like, it's really fucking weird. People are allowed to have their opinions on how things happen to them. And I don't know what kind of authority you think you have over me, but you don't. No one does. I am a grown-ass woman. I fucking take care of my kids. I take care of my home. I take care of my shit. I help fucking do what I need to do for my household. And that ain't got shit to do with anybody on this motherfucking app. So I will be damned if anybody on this app tells me what feelings I'm allowed to have and not have about things that happen to me. And if you have a problem with that, there's an unfollow and a block button for a reason. I advise you use them. Anybody who doesn't fucking like me. I don't care if people don't like me for their own reasons. As I said many times, there's people who are not my fucking cup of tea either. But you are absolutely not going to fucking sit there and create some narrative over bullshit when I was nothing but kind to you. At all turns. And the fact that you don't feel any ounce of guilt for treating me like that is so gross. Like, I look at you so differently now. Everything I thought that you are not. And you just proved that to me. I thought people were lying about you. I thought maybe when you were going through the heat of what you were going through, you were just really unhappy because you were taking it from all shots. And I thought maybe that was the reason why you acted the way you did at times. But now, you're not going through all of that. Those people who didn't like you are now supporting you. And now this is how you're treating me. You know there's humans behind these screens, right? You know, some of us don't do snaky shit. For some of us, this isn't a lick back. This isn't, well, they did this, so I get to do this. Some of you really think this is a fucking game. There's legit just a woman in my fucking box talking about how she wanted to take her fucking life. Are you serious? Do you know that I know for a fact she's not the only one who's gone through that on this fucking app? Y'all need to start checking your friends, dude. Because this is why shit becomes what it becomes. People try to speak up about bad shit happening, and y'all make them the bad guy for no fucking reason. Just because you don't like them. Not because they did anything to you. Simply because you don't fucking like them. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to hope everybody hears me very clearly. I've never asked anybody for anything on this fucking app. I am asking somebody to check Snark. because this is bullshit. And y'all fucking know it's bullshit. And going in her lives and acting like what she is doing is okay is really disappointing to see from some of you. Because I would have never done that to any of you. And if it was my friend, I would absolutely tell them, hey, you're fucking not okay for that. I have done that. And I'm going to need somebody to step up and do that now. Because this is not okay. And I'm not asking you to do it blindly, because some of you were in that call. And you will see everything that you need to see to make your own judgment call on how you would have interpreted that conversation. But I don't know if anybody's noticed today. But I'm making my very public statement that this is starting to get to me.
I noticed. Just saying.
And yesterday was so fucking out of nowhere. And I was not expecting that type of shit. I guess I expect beef if you're in like spaces talking shit. I expect beef if like you're running your mouth or you're doing something wrong. I expect that. I understand that. That's what happens. It's how it rolls. But I'm not doing that. And I haven't. And if I do talk shit, I'm talking shit because I want that person to hear me. Because there is something going on at that moment. And lately, all it feels like is I'm defending myself against people for shit I didn't do. And then you add a P3DO to the mix, so a little fucking triggering emotion to the fucking a little razzle dazzle on top. And it's becoming a little too fucking much. It's becoming too much that I can't protect my friends. It's becoming too much that I sat back for months and watched lies. I watched my friends get attacked. I watched my friends get doxxed, and I could not do anything for them. And when I thought that things had reasoned itself out and I could come back and correct some of those lies that were very harmful and very wrong, things that I was there for, that I knew I wasn't just blowing smoke up people's asses or going over somebody else's word. I saw this shit with my own two eyes. And that peace that y'all said you were going to have is non-existent. Nobody was going to be being doxxed anymore. Nobody's real lives were going to be affected anymore. That the one person, the only person, who was doing it. Well, that wasn't true, because take a fucking look. Take a look around. I ain't never seen it like this. There used to be like rules. There used to be things that if you did them, that was it. Like, nobody wanted to talk to you because what are you doing, bitch? Everybody's fucking circle jerking each other. Oh, well, this dick doesn't want me anymore. Might as well go across the way and just joke this dick. Guess we're stroke partners now. I know I can't stand you, but that's what the fuck this shit feels like. Aren't you fucking tired? Don't you feel bad? There isn't a person on this app that I haven't beefed with that I haven't felt bad for beefing with them afterwards. There ain't a person that I've called out where there hasn't been a moment of like, damn, like that sucks that it got to that point. I really hate that it gets to that point. But y'all just like fucking love that shit, dude. So to the comments that said I need therapy, and to the comments that were making fun of my mental health, that was really cute. You guys are really great. Hey, to the chick who said I needed therapy in Stark's Live, you could DM me. Maybe suggest some to me.
Fuck all of you that made her feel like this. I just want to say that out loud. Because not a single one of you motherfuckers could tell me who Bob is. I know who she is. And she's nothing like any of you. And you don't deserve her. You don't just even deserve to be around her. She shouldn't even have ever tried to help any of you. Because you're a bunch of fucking vultures. You guys can have this shit. You guys can keep going back and forth. You guys can burn this shit to the ground. And you know what? We are still going to move on with our lives. And y'all will still be doing this next motherfucking year.
I want Snark to listen to this fucking live. I don't want any questions of how we got here, because you know exactly how we got here, Snark. As for Regina, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but holy shit. I'm not going to sit here and act like you don't have a reason to be hurt, because at one point I understood. But somewhere along the way, you went left, and bitch, I don't even see the back of your head anymore. I don't know where you went. So yes, I have opinions on that, much like everybody else. And I will continue to have those opinions. Because morally, we are not the fucking same.
And I mean, not for nothing. You're already bitching about everybody talking about you. And then you're bitching because Bob doesn't want to continue to talk about you and wanted to just correct something and move on. But that's a problem. Make up your mind. Do you want people to talk shit about you, or don't you not want them to talk shit about you?
Well, considering the fact that Monster never did that live, and again, I hope Monster knows how much I appreciated her for that. And when she didn't do the live, Regina, before she thought she was doing the live, Regina made a video saying, no, I'm not going back and forth. This is my last blah, blah, blah. And then when Monster didn't do the live, Regina said, never mind. I lied. I'm going back and forth. Actually, I'm just going to keep going forth because you didn't even say anything. Literally in the fucking description, it said, I lied. So fuck me, I guess. Fuck me for trying to get people to just stop.
Well, see, the trick is a trick question, Bob. There is no right answer because it doesn't matter what you do. Whoever wants to continue is always going to find a problem.
Yeah. Seems that way, huh? Definitely seems that way. That's a damn shame what you guys do to people, man. I'm just like confused because, like, aren't your lives like hard? Like, even on a normal day, even on a normal fucking day, even if you ain't got like hardcore shit going on in your life, the times right now, aren't you guys tired? Like, wouldn't you want to come on here to lift each other up? And even if you do want to talk shit, because I've noticed this side of the app is definitely for those who have some shit going on that they try to escape from and project whatever they're feeling in their real life on here. I get that. You get your anger out on some bitch you see on the internet talking shit, or you see something you don't agree with and you jump on a bandwagon like, shit, I don't agree with that either. That's how this whole thing started. That's how everybody ended up getting here. Don't you think that this whole thing has reached the depths of hell? Like, I'm talking, we're in the basement next to the boiler. At what point do you realize where you started and where you are two completely different places? I was trying to make myself a priority, and you know what happened? I was lied on. And as I've said before, I don't like being lied on because I don't do shit to people. And I have this really bad urge to prove that I didn't do the things that are being said about me. Because why would you want to make people think something of someone that's not true? Especially to someone who's never done anything to you. And that wasn't the only thing I was doing. I was trying to do other things. I'm not loud about it. And I do it the right way. Because there are only so many options. That's why everybody ends up getting so mad at people and going real life. It's because when you try to do it the right way, either people can't get on board or TikTok sucks at responding to reports, no matter how many people do them. Or people don't listen to lives because they don't like who's holding them. Or people discredit the people who are trying to hold these lives. It's discouraging. This whole thing is discouraging. And I was really trying. Because just a PSA for anybody who is still talking to that man. If you don't think that when you piss him off, your kids won't be up there or your personal information or anything he could find on you, then you're just dumb. And nothing changes who he is. Not internet beef. Not your anger at somebody else. It doesn't change it. And if that does happen, no one's going to feel bad for you. Because everybody's going to do the same thing. Oh well, screw them. They're the P3DO people. And anybody, I'll make this clear too. If you hang out with that guy, I call you the PP people. Actually, it's just PP. Because y'all over here fucking, You're FM's people. Bitch, I ain't never sat with a P3DO. So, there's that. You want to judge me off of something for fucking a year and a half, 2 years ago? Go for it. I'm judging you for right now. I'm judging you for the choices you're making in this very moment. Ew. Y'all are fucking mothers, aunties, daughters. The fuck are you doing? I don't see none of y'all going outside of fucking registration offices fucking going, hey, I have a lot of empathy for you. We should hang out and go get coffee. Let me introduce you to my family. Fuck off. So weird. Y'all fucking triggering your own people with that shit too. You know, did anybody ever think about that? Did you think about what you're doing to the people who you surround yourself with when they like you and they want to support you, but you're putting them in a really compromising situation, or do you just not care? Are people like disposable to you? Because people aren't disposable to me. I don't even care if you sit with someone I don't like. I'm not going to treat you like shit until you fucking treat me like shit. And then I'm just returning energies. But some of y'all just fucking hate people because, oh, they said hi to somebody in a live. I hate them. Off with their head. The fuck? That's so weird. Oh my goodness. No, you're right on that one, Malibu. Can't even argue with you. You're absolutely right, Amber. They sure the fuck do. I don't know. I can't say this much. If the people who are running the spaces don't care enough to not want to make it worse, snark, then I would hope that the people listening and engaging would want it to stop. Because we all seen how things like this spiral and what they spiral into. And if you don't think we're almost there again, I mean, minus what's already being done. Because, like I said, it just goes lower and lower and lower. And prepare yourselves. Because I've seen this film before.
Yeah, I've been around here for going like 2.5 years now. I've definitely heard this song before. It's been on repeat pretty much the whole time.
This is a song that never ends. So I
Honestly, I
apologize.
say let them have it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree. I fucking agree. Because nothing's good enough. Nothing is taken for word. And people end up becoming casualties. I watched it happen. I came back to talk about it. Because it sucks. Again, like I said, it sucks watching your friends go through that shit and you can't even speak. It's like screaming underwater. And I wanted the opportunity to kind of show that people are doing those things, that they're hurting people under false pretenses, that they're not being honest. My bad for thinking that we evolved around here. I guess that's on me for assuming. And I'm sorry if everybody saw me crash out multiple times today, but I'm really tired of defending myself. And I'm really tired of not feeling heard. Like going into a box and being cut off and being muted. And not getting full thoughts out because my thoughts are just too long. Or having evidence on things and trying to get people to see it. And they're telling everybody to look over here so you don't look at that. And I'm sorry for crying on the internet. Four months. Took me 4 months to get here, but we're here. So. Tonight I went into Rotina's live. Because it was being said that me, Snark, and AK had a phone call. That was absolutely not true. I have never spoken to AK. Don't know who she is like that. And I wanted to make sure that was clear. Your name got brought up, Snark, because you made this public and it's TikTok. And we're in the drama side of TikTok. And it was spoken about because Rotina's name was spoken about. And I can't even blame her for that. Someone's bringing up my name. I'm going to want a rebuttal. Where fucking AK came from, I guess that was just pulled out of a fucking magician's hat. But I absolutely said I do not like you, Snark. And guess what? In the same breath, I also said I do not like you, Rotina. And I'm starting to not like a lot of people lately that I used to like. So maybe that is my cue. Because I'm not a hateful person. I don't like arguing. I don't like screaming. I don't like feeling like I'm not being heard. And I certainly do not like watching this manipulation right before my eyes by somebody who I once praised. Someone who I used to ride for no other reason other than I didn't think they deserved what was happening. But I deserved the same respect I gave. And if you couldn't hit that level, you could have given me at least a little bit of respect. But instead, you disrespected me, Snark, to the highest level. And you can't call beef one-sided when you're the one who's not only started it and who has brought it up every day since. That is, if anybody's one-sided on this, it's you, sweetheart. I don't go live. I didn't say anything about it. Not the first time. And I even let it go the second time. But then you lied on me. And I don't know what you were expecting to get out of that, but it definitely wasn't my silence anymore. Because you don't get to decide how I respond to your disrespect. And be quite frank with you, me trying to have a conversation with you was the least of being disrespectful that I could have been. And today, you decided to restream a stream that was streaming the stream from the night before. I don't know how I got that out right, but kudos to me. And you decided, even though last night I had reached out to you privately to have a conversation, even though I said to you, I'm sorry if you felt that way. It was never my intention to make you feel that way. However, I don't know how I was supposed to read into this differently because you were not direct. And any other time, Snark is very direct with everybody. Not one apology for you lying about that. Not even a rebuttal to what I said. Instead, you tell me you tell me you don't like the way I talk about FM. And I explained to you, yeah, we used to be cool. And him, along with many others that I don't like anymore, I have respect for him. I watched that man donate $1,000 to a friend of mine at the time whose husband was in the ICU. And you know what he didn't want? He didn't want anybody to know it was him. Actually, what he said was, I will match it. Whatever you can make by this time, I'll match it. Up to $1,000. And I think we hit like 800. And he still donated 1,000 to her. He didn't have to do that because he didn't even like her. They had just been through a bunch of shit. They still weren't like out of fucking cautious territory with one another, but he was worried about her. I saw things like that. So I did have respect for him at one point. But then I saw the other side. So no, that respect did not stay. Not to that degree. And I did see what he was through. And I don't even know how he handled it because I don't know how any of you handle it. Actually, I'm not even going to this isn't even about just that. I don't know how any of you handle this every day. But you don't get to dictate how I feel about what I was through. And you don't get to judge me because I was hurt. And you don't get to say shit about a situation you don't know about. And you are not entitled to know about. Because you are already dedicated to not liking me. And that's fine. But you don't need to fucking sit here and try to hurt me because you don't like me. Just don't like me. It's really that simple. One-sided beef. Bitch, you went live how many times about me now? This is the first time I went live. Because I came into your room to try to fucking clear up the bullshit you were saying. Didn't you just say in your last live, if you want to talk about me, you come over here. I go over there and you fucking don't let me get in a box. Everybody's telling you how the story really was in the chat and you weren't reading it. And then when you did, you're like, yeah, well, still, she doesn't have to say my name. Bitch, yes, I do. You created this. You created this. For a moment, I thought there was only a few people who were stirring this shit up and doing these fucked up things for no goddamn reason. But I'm starting to see that maybe it's not just a few. And I'm sorry I'm not reading comments. And hello to everybody. I know I usually say hi. Today was a little different. Nonetheless, I said what I said. I'm going to prove what I said. Oh, and that's another thing. Oh my God. Oh my God. You were told, Snark, today that you were starting to sound like Scam. And I have to fully agree. Because how the fuck are you going to say, pay attention? Bob's gonna just release messages. It seems Bob's always releasing messages. Anytime I release messages, and I've made this very fucking clear, and this goes for every single person who hears with their own ears what I'm about to fucking say. If you lie on me, and that proof is in a message that I had with you, I will absolutely show that message. So you have a decision. Don't fucking talk to me, or don't fucking lie on me. But there are plenty of people out here that I've had conversations with, hundreds of people throughout the course of my 2 years on this side that I've had conversations with. 3 years, if you want to count where I was before here. And that I've never, ever put a drop of a conversation or even anything they said to me out there. Even after I didn't like them. Even when we had beef. So to say that shit was fucking crazy. Because that's exactly what Scam said. For me putting out the conversation I had with Scam about her not publicly addressing the SA allegation being on a PO that she was there to help obtain. So ain't that a fucking kick in the ass, Snark? That should feel embarrassing to you. Because I didn't want to do this. And if you notice, I didn't post a video yesterday. But you want to keep going. And today you decided to apologize to your chat. Meanwhile, we have a back-end conversation going that you never even replied to. But yet, you're going to tell your chat while you're streaming that you should have apologized to me for that? For not telling me sooner? Who was that for, exactly? Because it sure as fuck wasn't for me. You sure as fuck didn't apologize to me for anything in that conversation. But I guess that's on you. I didn't even intentionally try to hurt you, and I apologize to you. So I'm not sure exactly what more you wanted from me. But clearly it's being very, very clear. Clearly it's being clear. Ha. It doesn't matter what I do. You're just going to do this. You're going to lie. And people are going to entertain it. And people are going to call me things that aren't true. And people are going to attack my mental health. And you're going to laugh. And you're going to make fun of me. And I hope while everybody watches, I hope you all think to yourself, damn, what did Bob ever do to me? Because I know there's some people out there rooting for the shit, and I don't even blame them. Go for it. Have fun. Enjoy. You couldn't get at me, so enjoy somebody else doing it. But this shit is mentally not okay. At all. Anywho, I'm not typically up this late. So, I hope everybody has a beautiful night. I truly appreciate everybody for coming out and your kind words. Some I was not able to read.
Good night, Bob. Love you.
I love you too. And I hope everybody has a good night. Thank you.